You've seen this plant your entire life. It grows along roadsides, behind buildings, in empty lots. Huge leaves, spiky burrs that stick to your clothes. Most people don't stop to look. They just pull it out and throw it away. This plant is burdock. To modern society, it's a weed, something ugly, something unwanted, something that doesn't belong in a clean environment. But that idea is new. For most of human history, burdock wasn't trash. It was a resource. Before pharmacies existed, before pills, supplements, and labels, people depended on what grew around them, and burdock was always there, not because it was planted, but because it survived. It grew in poor soil, in damaged land, in places where other plants failed. People paid attention to that. They noticed animals digging up its roots. They noticed that communities kept using the same plant again and again, not out of tradition, but out of necessity. Burdock wasn't rare, it wasn't expensive, and that made it invisible. Over time, as medicine moved indoors and nature was pushed out, plants like burdock were reclassified, from useful to useless, from food to weed. Today we spend money and chemicals trying to erase it from the land, and most people have no idea what they're destroying. Because once you understand what burdock actually does, it stops looking like a weed at all. It starts looking like something we were never meant to forget. To understand why burdock mattered so much, you have to look below the surface. Most of the plant's power isn't in its leaves or burrs, it's in the root. Burdock sends a long taproot deep into the soil, far deeper than most common plants, down into layers rich in minerals and compounds that shallow roots never reach. That depth is not an accident. For centuries, people used burdock root during times when the body felt overloaded or unbalanced, after long winters, after illness, after periods of poor or limited food. They noticed a pattern. Digestion became steadier, swelling slowly reduced, skin conditions eased, energy returned in a calm, grounded way. This is why burdock root was often described as something that cleans the body. Not because it flushed or forced anything, but because it supported the systems responsible for balance and removal. The liver, the kidneys, the digestive tract. Burdock didn't work fast, and it didn't work dramatically. It worked quietly. People didn't take it once and expect miracles. They used it consistently and observed changes over time. That patience mattered. Because burdock was never about masking symptoms. It was about helping the body do what it was already designed to do. And once you see that difference, you start to understand why this plant was trusted long before modern medicine had a name for it. What's strange is not that burdock disappeared from daily life. What's strange is how easily it was dismissed. Once medicine became something you buy instead of something you recognize, plants like burdock stopped being seen as knowledge and started being treated as noise. It didn't come in controlled doses, it didn't have a brand name, it didn't promise fast results, and it couldn't be owned. So it was labeled a weed. Today, burdock still grows exactly where it always has, along roadsides, in empty lots, on damaged and forgotten land. Places most people avoid, places most people never look twice at. Yet that's where it does its best work. Its roots reach deep into stressed soil, pulling minerals back to the surface, stabilizing ground other plants can't survive in, quietly restoring balance where the land has been depleted. Nothing about it is flashy. Nothing about it asks for attention. And maybe that's the problem. In a world trained to value speed, convenience, and instant results, slow support looks useless. Subtle change looks insignificant, and anything that grows freely looks disposable. So we spray it, cut it down, erase it. Most people never learn its name, never learn why animals seek it out, never learn why entire cultures relied on it when there was no alternative. And that loss isn't just about a plant. It's about forgetting how humans once interacted with the world around them. Because Burdock didn't stop being useful. It didn't lose its properties. It didn't suddenly become irrelevant. We simply stopped paying attention. And when knowledge disappears, the things that once kept people alive start to look like nothing more than weeds, even when they're growing right in front of us.